Hello everybody, how's it going? So, I hope you're doing really well. Wanted to make a very short video to talk to you about self-care as well as prioritizing your own sources of joy. I think that our humanity is so profound and so amazing. We really do have a choice in how we look at our lives and think about our lives, and then how we choose to live out our lives day to day. We can choose to live in line with our values, right? Or not. We can choose to articulate and to make sense of our lives, or not. We've got a choice, so we've got a say as to kind of how we engage ourselves in life. But I think all too often, our lives are really lacking life. We aren't engaged in our lives. Take as an example, we have to go to work, we have to earn a living to support ourselves. And yet, we do not find engagement all the time in the work that we're doing. But we must, you see, we have to find engagement. We have relationships. But are they flourishing relationships? Are they life-giving? Are they sources of joy? They ought to be the most meaningful aspect of your life. Your relationships ought to be a source of strength for you. Consider that. How often do our relationships become a source of stress? Now take it further. There's something unique about you, something different about you, something very special about you. You are unlike anyone else on this planet. You are idiosyncratic. You are truly unique. And there's something very special about that. And yet, how often do you truly allow that sort of unique quality of you to manifest itself, to be vulnerable, right? To show up fully as you are, the good and the bad. It's difficult to do that. But we always have a say as to whether or not we engage ourselves in the types of, you could say, lifestyle behaviors that offer us an abundance of meaning and joy. Take, for example, I believe that family is the most important part of life, second to our relationship to God. God, family, right? God first, family second. How often do we invest into our family? Truly, I'm being very serious, because when you look at the culture, you see that family is very much breaking apart. There's a lack of respect within the home of many people. Our society is becoming increasingly secular, right? Therefore, the things that I believe to be most important, our society is deeming irrelevant and in a lot of ways unimportant. And I think that we suffer some serious consequences as a society when we take the chief values that offer meaning and joy in life and we put them on the back burner. And we say that these are not valuable. I think the truth is that there is so much opportunity for actual joy in life, true joy, and healing, forgiveness, true forgiveness. And it truly is a choice that we make. It's a step away. You have the choice to change your life and renew within your heart, a focus of your attention on the good, on what produces life for you and meaning for you. Life is not so easy. Life is definitely very difficult. It's very sad. It is wounding. It will hurt you. And suffering will rear its head in so many different ways, and you will die. But nonetheless, there is life here, now, today. And that life is here to be celebrated, to be reflected on, and to be taken very seriously. But behind that is always joy, always meaningful engagement. So I challenge you to find a place of congruence between the way you think, the way you live, and to prioritize your values today and to celebrate those values. And if you're really someone who shares my values, truly, then I'm very grateful to have you on my YouTube channel, because I think the real work, the real mental health care work that needs to be done, it's not prescribing psychotropics. It's not even psychotherapy. It is intensive social support on the individual and the group level, as well as working with the individual person to have a strong, coherent sense of their values and making sense of their lives. This does not happen in isolation, you guys. It's never happened in isolation. And today we're feeling the wounding of being able to do this all as individuals, but we're not meant to do it as individuals. And really, this YouTube channel is supposed to be a place for me to bring like-minded people together who can share in similar ways of looking at life and life sufferings. An open place for dialogue from people who honestly might see the world a little differently, but can come to similar conclusions despite the variance, right? I like to think that we're all looking for the same thing. We're all desiring the same thing. We want union with God above all else. But the way that we kind of navigate the world, our life circumstances, they're all a little bit different. Beautifully so. That's the idiosyncratic sort of individual sort of aspects of life that I continuously find awe-inspiring. I find each and every one of you to be beautiful and unique and important. Truly. People amaze me. They are a source of inspiration and meaning for me. I'm heavily, heavily driven by my interpersonal experiences. So with that all being said, you guys, I'm very grateful and very fortunate to be where I am today. Because as this process of life unfolds, and I have my little space on YouTube here, I know that there are greater things at play. And I want you to know that there are greater things at play in your life that are so meaningful and so important and so relevant to, just so relevant to everyone else. We are not meant to live in isolation. So I'm here to remind you that we are connected. All right, you guys. If you liked what I had to say, let me know. See you later. Bye.